Good evening. I'm Chanel, Vehicle Title Expert. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and thank you in advance for subscribing. So tonight I will continue with the series Mechanic Storage, Tow Liens, and Abandoned Vehicles. And tonight's segment will be for all of my truckers. So if you are a trucker or you know of a trucker, please watch this video. Please share this video. So for those who do not know, one of the challenges that truckers face is a lack of parking in this industry, unfortunately. So there's going to be two things I'm going to share pertaining to parking and how this ties into a trucker being faced with a storage or towing against their vehicle. Okay, so most truckers park at truck stops. Okay, so be very careful when you are parking at a truck stop. Make sure you pay attention to the guidelines, the signs. A lot of truck stops have signs posted pertaining to the charges per day, pertaining to parking restrictions, also consequences if you do not pay, consequences if you just keep the vehicle parking and without paying or without paying within a certain deadline. So be very mindful of that. Don't just go into the truck stop and not pay attention to those guidelines, or just pay at your own leisure without having a full understanding of how long you're going to be staying there and the consequences that come about if you don't pay accordingly and within a certain time frame, okay, during your estimated stay. A lot of truckers, will prepay their visit, and some will just pay per day, again, depending on your length of time. If you are not really sure how long you're going to be using the truck stop, make sure you stay in touch with that truck stop manager. If you're going to pay per day, be very careful and make sure you are in compliance. And if you are a company driver, be very careful as well, because you do not want to be careless and not really pay attention to the guidelines at that truck stop when it comes to paying or not paying on time. So what could happen if you are a company driver? As a courtesy, the truck stop manager could reach out to your company as such and say, hey, this vehicle has been here for X amount of days. We have not gotten payment for a certain amount of days as well. And, that's going to be a warning. Or the truck stop manager could just basically send legal notices to your company as such. And when your company finds out, in either case, they will not be happy, because now there's a possibility of a storage or towing being placed against the vehicle, and your job as a truck driver could be in jeopardy. So be very mindful of that. Just pay attention to the restrictions or guidelines that are in place with truck stops. You don't want to assume anything. Okay. For those of you that park your truck on vacant lots, at shopping centers, things of this nature, please don't assume. If you see other truck drivers parking there, do not take it upon yourself to think that you can also park there as well. You don't want to, come to the lot one day and find your rig missing. So, there is a property manager you can talk to. Make sure you reach out and make those arrangements, and ask them, first of all, can you park there? If you don't see any signs that says, hey, truckers can park here, make sure you reach out, make sure you ask those questions up front. Okay. And if they allow you to park there, make sure you have that time frame from that company as such. You don't want to overstay your welcome pertaining to parking. You don't want to be surprised. Again, don't just assume that other truckers are there, that you can park there as well. Okay, maybe they have other arrangements that you're not aware of. So just be proactive, protect your operations, protect your rig. Okay, a lot of times truckers will also go to shopping centers, Walmart areas and whatnot, and they will just park there, not really thinking it's a big deal. Okay. My recommendation is, if you're going to, a shopping center or whatnot, reach out to the manager of that shopping center, Or if it's Walmart, reach out to the manager at Walmart. Again, ask about those restrictions, okay? And let me just share this. In the event you are granted permission to park on a private commercial park property or a shopping center, just because you're granted that permission, it does not mean that the property owner is going to be generous and let you park there long term. Just because they gave you a day or two does not mean that you're always going to have that parking opportunity. So do not assume in this case either. Make sure you are aware up front of any restrictions before you park. Unfortunately, a lot of folks do not want truckers parking on their property at all. So, that's just one of the things that you guys deal with in this industry. So protect yourself, protect your operations, and ask these questions up front. And if there are any fees involved, make sure you are aware as well. And one of the things I would do adding to this is make sure you have these conversations in writing, maybe by text, maybe on paper, so that you can be prepared. You don't want any surprises when it comes to parking. If you have any questions pertaining to tonight's segment, or maybe you want to share your experience, feel free to drop me a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Thank you for tuning in. Please click share and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon.